Empaths don't attract the wrong people by accident. They attract them because of how they love. And the part that hurts the most, you don't even see it happening until you're already in too deep. And when you finally do see it, everything starts to make sense. You start thinking, why didn't I see that? Or worse, I did see it. So why did I let it happen? A lot of empaths walk through life thinking, I just keep meeting the wrong people. Different faces, same outcome. Romantic relationships, friendships, even family. It starts to feel like bad luck, like somehow you just keep running into people who take more than they give. And after a while, it starts to feel personal, like there's a sign on your forehead that says, come use me. But it's not random, and it's not bad luck. There's a pattern happening underneath everything, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's interesting, because most people think, if I'm a good person, I'll attract good people. That sounds right. But in reality, being kind, being understanding, being giving, those things don't just attract healthy people. They also attract people who need those things, but don't have them themselves. People who are empty, people who lack direction, people who are looking for someone to lean on. And when they meet you, they feel something. Not love, not respect, but relief. Because you make their life easier. You listen. You understand. You give. And they feed off that. This is where empaths go wrong the most. You don't see people for who they are. You see them for who they could be. You see potential. And that feels like love, but it's not. Because potential is not reality. You look at someone struggling in life, and something inside you says, I can help them. If they just had the right support. If someone really understood them. But here's the hard truth. People who want to grow don't need to be convinced. And people who don't want to grow will gladly let you try anyway. That's where the cycle begins. At the beginning, it feels natural. You give attention, you give time, you give emotional support, and you don't even question it, because that's who you are. But something subtle starts to happen. You start giving more than they're earning. And the moment that happens, the dynamic shifts. They stop chasing. You start proving. They start expecting. You start explaining. And slowly, respect begins to disappear. Not all at once, but in small moments. Things you ignore. Things you brush off. Things you feel, but don't act on. Here's the part that hits hard. You usually do see it early on. The red flags, the inconsistency, the lack of effort, the small signs of disrespect. But instead of walking away, you rationalize it. They've been through a lot. They just need time. They don't mean it. And every time you ignore what you see, you teach them something. You teach them, this is acceptable. And once that line is set, it rarely goes back. Then one day, it hits you. You feel drained, unappreciated, used. And you start asking yourself, how did I end up here? And then everything starts replaying in your mind. All the moments you ignored, all the times you gave too much, all the things you knew, but didn't act on. And that's when it clicks. They didn't change. The dynamic was built this way from the beginning. It's not that you care too much. That's not the problem. The problem is you give too much too early to the wrong people. And when you do that, you don't just lose energy. You lose position. You lose leverage. And eventually, you lose yourself. Being an empath is not a weakness. But without awareness, it becomes one. Because the same traits that make you valuable also make you vulnerable. And if you don't learn to recognize the pattern, you'll keep reliving it. Different person, same outcome.